Then I wanted to go over just a couple of things. One, the market on the ground here from Japan, as I see it, for like pricing and stuff like that. No financial advice or anything, but just from the prices that I'm seeing on certain areas of cards. And the second one is I wanted to talk about the possibility of tighter regulations here in Japan. And then finally, whatever springs to mind at the end. So going to pricing. Pricing has been going absolutely crazy, but I have noticed over the last 6 weeks or so a slight dip across the general trend of items. Like, for example, sealed products like 151, Japanese 151, went up to 71,000 the boxes, down to about 68,000. It's not a huge drop, but it is a drop. It hasn't continued to go up. And I've seen other cards that have taken little dips as well, of like sort of like 5-10%. But then there are other cards like E-series cards, which are just going crazy, and also anything which is Gengar, Rayquaza, or yeah, what else? Magikarp and Snorlax. Yeah, just even basic old holos from sort of like 2007, 2010. There's just pricing on them. It's absolutely crazy in a PSA 10 right now. So yeah, it's like I said, no financial advice or anything, but the prices that I see around town, Tokyo now is yeah, there's not much to be had in raw quality cards. I've been saying that for a while now, but now it's really becoming really obvious. If you do find them, then you pay through the nose for them. I think it's probably better shopping down in places like maybe Sapporo, maybe Nagoya, but even Osaka, from what I hear, is getting cooked as well now. And yeah, Kyoto as well as getting cooked from what I heard. So yeah, that's something to bear in mind when you come to Japan. Just check out what cards you're looking for. There is some arbitrage between outside of Japan, especially US and Europe, for some cards like Charizard cards and different stuff like that, where they are a lot cheaper in the US than they are selling in Japan. So there's a bit of arbitrage there, especially if you're going to do some trading with somebody, or you know, if you can find card shops to sell to, which is very difficult if you're a non-resident, but there are a few shops in Tokyo where you can sell if you have your passport. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind. Secondly, I'd like to talk about the kind of tightening of regulations on the Japanese Pokémon Center webpage. It does look like they have tried every single angle to get bots and scalpers under control, and with the obvious massive 30th anniversary special set coming out sort of like September time, they have made an announcement that they are considering, not that they're going to do, as I understand it, in my personal opinion, as I understand, they are going to consider asking people to upload their Japanese My Number card so that you can get access to the lottery to purchase those special items. Now, that's going to stop the botters and the scalpers in their tracks, because you cannot, or you definitely do not want to try to mess around by using the wrong documents for some reason. How you might do that, but you just don't want to go there. I would not imagine that's a very good idea at all. So in Japan, about 80% of the population here has a My Number card. It is not mandatory at the moment, but a lot of places like hospitals and stuff like that are starting to use it. So a lot of people have picked it up, and there has been a few benefits. If you make the card, you get a discount here, or get different vouchers, or you can get all of your town hall records online rather than going down to the town hall and stuff like that. So they're trying to make it a little bit more user friendly, but not the whole population has a My Number card yet in Japan. However, I think it's a good and a bad thing. I think it's good in a way that it ties the product to people who are living in Japan, and obviously what one entry only is pretty obvious. If you make a separate entry with the same card, and you definitely don't want to try that, I would imagine. But on the other hand, it's a little bit, my personal feeling on this is a little bit scary to upload your card details to a third party, because even in Japan they tell you, make sure you keep this card very safe. It's very sensitive. It's very important that you don't, as soon as you lose this, you report it and everything, or if you ever do lose it, report it, and all of that kind of stuff. I never heard them say, well, if you in the future want to buy Pokemon cards, then yeah, just give this out, no problem, kind of thing. Just upload it. But that might be just me. But I'm sure there's other people who are a bit wary about that as well. But in the long run, it's a good thing. But what it definitely will do, it will definitely put the prices of these products up higher and higher overseas. Because if the market, anyone who's got, say, for example, they've got some kind of a proxy address for Japan, they're out of the game. Doesn't work for them. So it's only people who have an address in Japan and a My Number card registered to that address. So there's not really many ways around that. So I don't think there is any way around that. So that's going to really lower the entries. And I suppose that's a great thing, because my wife has an account, I have an account. Our chances of actually getting some stuff here and there is going to greatly increase. So yeah, I will be interested to see how that goes, if they really do pull the trigger on that and actually do that. And if they do, it'll be interesting to see what the kind of like if it's kind of like made to order, or because it's going to be smaller volumes because of people in Japan. That would be really cool if they said, okay, anybody who uploads their My Number card, this is a made to order product, because it's still going to be probably less items than if they do when the worldwide is jumping on and people are buying it up by bots and everything. So that could be really interesting. So I'm kind of talking myself in this video into that this is probably a good thing, but I don't know. I'm really on the fence about this one. So if anyone's got any comments about that, let me know. And anything else on my mind at the moment? Not really, other than to say that the availability of Pokemon booster boxes or even loose packs in shops and that at the moment is very dry. So if you are here on a holiday, it's not like you walk into every 7-Eleven or Family Mart and you'll just find Pokemon cards. It's not like that. You might get a few days where they're available, and then you might not see them for about 5-10 days. So it's just hit and miss, really. So even for me, I know where to look for cards and stuff like that. It's been pretty dry recently, so bear that in mind. But that's about it. So thanks for listening, and no financial advice, and bye from Tokyo.